Shalom, guys. I have an interesting story to tell you. I just thought I'd upload this because it just happened not that long ago, and I just thought it would be something to share. What was I gonna say? I'm not really a good storyteller, so I'll tell you that right up front. I'm really not good with words. I speak well, but I don't get points across very well. So I'm gonna attempt to tell you this story anyway, and maybe you'll get a giggle out of it, or maybe you'll get a lesson out of it. At any rate, have to drive to the yuppie neighborhoods to get my groceries, just because where I live they try to feed people more. I was in the yuppie neighborhood, and I was just minding my own business, shopping, and I'd seen in the store earlier a woman. She was shopping with her children. She had a baby in the front of her buggy that looked maybe like about 1 year old, and she had a little girl that was basically latched onto the buggy and talking and pointing at things and stuff. I'd say she's probably about 5 or 6 years old. And at any rate, these children were, I guess, what people would consider beautiful children. They were very light, very blue eyes, very blonde hair. So, at any rate, I meander over to the milk section to get some milk, and the girl just babbling on to her mom about something. But she's standing right near the milk that I'm interested in purchasing. So as I ease up to the milk, I'm not even looking at the child, because I have this habit of looking at people without looking at people. So that's just something I was blessed with, that I don't have to necessarily look at people to see their reactions. I don't know if that's considered reading minds, but I can pick up on people's vibe without even looking at them. I can tell from my periphery, or just from how I feel. But at any rate, this child, I could tell from the side of my eye that she was having an adverse reaction to me, almost as if I had bathed in feces and was getting her she's backing up or something. And the little girl was so afraid of me, I guess is what you would say. She was scared, and she backed up, and she kept looking at me and said something. She said something, and to be honest, I'm not even sure what she said, because I kind of knew what she was thinking anyway. So her mom pretentiously grabs her mouth and puts her hand over her mouth and goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry. She shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry." I was like, it's okay, I didn't really know what she said, but I knew what she said. So at any rate, I'm walking off, and she's saying this basically as a show to make me feel like she's teaching her daughter a lesson. She's like, "Well, I think it's beautiful. I think it's pretty." And I guess they were talking about my hair, which pretty much is what I knew anyways. I'm not a short woman, so I really stand out when I come out with my hair. But at any rate, brings me to my point. That woman apologized to me, and it meant absolutely nothing. These people repeatedly, generationally damn themselves. Generation after generation after generation. They feed their children the same stupidity, and just cycles over and over and over again. So when Yah's divine judgment comes down on these people, they're not going to know where it came from. But she didn't need to apologize to me. She needs to apologize to her daughter, because she's damning her daughter. She's not even giving her daughter a chance, and her daughter's children a chance, and her daughter's children a chance. She's I just had more, I thought it was just more admirable even of the child to display how she really was feeling, because those things don't just come out of nowhere. Her parents taught her that. I mean, her mother's shame is that her covert racism was exposed by her child, but her shame was not in what her child said necessarily. It was in her child exposing her as a racist. Which, I can appreciate that honesty. Her child told on her, basically. Well, at any rate, I just wanted to share that story because it's just generation after generation, they just still don't get it. They just still don't get it. They think what they say and what they do in the dark is just, it's like it never happened and no one sees them. And then when their child exposes it, they want to pretend that they have some sort of remorse for it, but they don't. But I just wanted to share that. I thought it was interesting. When things like that happen to me, and I have this medium in which to share the story, I choose to do that now. Just so, like I said, I don't know. I don't hold anything against that child. I really don't. I don't hold anything against that child. But y'all hold something against that child because of the mother and what the mother's done and what that mother's done or that mother's father's done. They just don't get it. They don't get that our station basically in life as Black people is due to our disobedience to the Almighty. And that's why we've fallen to the state in which we're in. We suffer for the deeds of our ancestors. They just don't get that they're lining their children up. They're going to suffer because of their deeds and because of the deeds of their ancestors. They just don't get it. And I guess it's not for them to get. I guess it's not for them to get.